Okay.
You first.
I'm Dom Turner, one half of the Backsliders.
And I am Rob Hurst, the other half of Backsliders.
We have been, the band has been together for nearly 30 years, since 1986, and but Rob and I have been together since the year 2000, so at this point in time, 15 years.
So we've made how many albums together now, Dom? 3.5?
Oh,
a few EPs.
More, yeah, EP, maybe 5, let's just say 5, and,
say 5.
And a DVD.
Yeah.
And our latest one, of course, is Dark Side, that came out in 2014. But we're just about to start thinking about a new one
Are we?
as well, aren't we?
Oh, good.
I thought that's what you
Good,
said.
yeah. Yes, and so Backsliders play our own shows, but we also play a lot of the blues and folk festivals around Australia. We regularly play, for example, at East Coast Blues Fest, we played West Coast Blues Fest, we played Port Fairy, we've played Wangaratta, we play regularly down the Great Southern Rockabilly Festival down at Narooma. Plus we do our own gigs at places like the Vanguard in Sydney, and we play, you know, regional centres like Milton. And last night, believe it or not, we played a little hall in the middle of nowhere near the town of Sale in eastern Victoria.
The Bundy Hall.
Yeah.
Which is great.
And the accommodation was damn fine as well.
Fantastic.
I have to say that, yeah.
We're currently touring with our good buddies, the Old Grey Mule from the US, from Texas.
Who broke the record yesterday for the most kilometres travelled to any gig at any time ever. So they started off in a remote part of Texas, drove to Dallas, flew from Dallas to Los Angeles, waited for at least 17 hours for the layover, flew to Melbourne and then drove with us towards the aforementioned gig near Sale. And it was so weird. We met on the side of a road, on a private road near Sale, and we said hi, and then suddenly out of nowhere came this security guy with he had this giant Magnum drawn, and he held it to our heads like this, and he said, "Get off our property." That's the way you remember it?
That's how I remember it.
Yeah, that's right. So it was a very exciting way to meet our old friends from the United States again. In fact, it felt very American, you know, big guns. They felt like something out of Breaking Bad, actually. You know, with that heat, guns, security guy, deals, you know, suspicious-looking characters in white vans. You know, it had all the ingredients of a thriller.
I'm C.R. Humphrey from Old Grey Mule.
I'm J.J. Wilburn from Old Grey Mule.
And we're a long way from home. A little bit tired.
Baddest drummer in the nation.
Baddest drummer in the nation.
Yeah.
And we're going to be using this to carve up that and turn it into some awesome.
So we got 2 jalapenos going on there.
2 jalapenos going on here, yep. And we got pull tabs on the tomato juice.
And did you choose the green for a specific reason?
Actually, they were provided by the crew, and they're a good green. So the thing with jalapenos is the darker green, the hotter they are.
I mean, they smell great.
Is that your favourite?
They smell fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the other thing. If you want to use jalapenos and you want it to be good and hot, leave the seeds in.
Fried chicken.
I mean, because if you don't, it'll taste jalapeno-y, but it won't burn the next day, which is what our goal is. We want to clear out the sinuses and have some really good flavor as well.
So we've got they're the whole tomatoes, looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
We work in a cake.
And we'll probably do 2.
Yeah.
And these are Italian tomatoes, so this has the potential of really tasting like a good, spicy, like Ferrari sauce instead of Texas salsa. So we're not going to make all our pronouncements until.
And you've got 2 bands to feed with, so you're going to need the 2 cans.
Yeah, it's 1 can per band. That's the ratio, man.
Sometimes
With the dude, as they say in Canada.
Yeah. Okay. So
Jalapenos in.
Yeah,
Oh,
hell yeah.
fingers.
It's alright.
Not some on the floor. That's okay.
We're still filming? Yeah, put it in there. Hey, we're cooking.
Come on, there. Oh, going in? Okay, alright.
That's where the character comes from.
Right.
This is cool. Look how shiny this floor is.
It is.
Come on.
It is.
You can eat off that. We're about to. We're about to. So one thingy of garlic probably is good. Maybe even a quarter thingy.
And just chopped up thinly, is it? Oh, no, it's not that thin.
Nah, because it's all going to be
chunky.
pureed anyway.
Okay.
Screw it. Not to worry about that.
So you're just chunking it. Chef's hands there, if I can see.
Oh yeah. Wiped them,
Yeah.
cleaned them. It's all good.
Wangaratta Jazz and Blues Festival 2013,
yeah.
I think. And following that, we kept in contact. Actually, I said.
Oh, you know what? After we opened for you guys on the Friday night at Wangaratta,
Yeah.
and you, as soon as you got off stage, you went and bought me a bottle of tequila.
Well, yeah.
And I mean, and then we spent the night in the
See,
parking
that's
lot.
it. You're right. You know, it's a
BSing and drinking tequila. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was going to the bottle shop, and you said, "Could they a little bottle of tequila?" But they only had a big one.
Yeah,
so
it was awesome.
you
And
didn't
it was
complain.
really good. Like you wouldn't expect it to be
Yeah,
because
I
it was
even
called
tried it, and I don't
Coyote
think
or
it
something.
And then after that, I went to the US in 2014 June, and
Was it June?
yeah,
I'll be down.
and met up with JJ and Charlie down in
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah.
Oh, and Steve James.
With Steve
was there.
James, good
That's
friend
right.
Steve James
Yeah.
was there. He drove all the way out from Austin, Texas to
Yeah,
come on down
8-hour
and
drive.
deliver me a national steel guitar. which
That's
was
right.
brilliant.
There were presents involved.
Yeah.
Gotta like that.
So we got the spring onions. Is that what you call them?
Ah, green onions.
Green onions.
And actually, that's like green onions on steroids. You can use a purple onion if you want.
Right.
I use these because I'm not a big fan of an overpowering onion flavor.
Alright.
But that's just me.
Okay.
Dump it in there.
Looking good.
Oh yeah.
Texas love.
Oh yeah. Looking real good. And then we're taking cilantro.
It's gonna burn you.
Huh? That's onions, isn't it?
And we're taking
Salt is
a
gonna
little
burn
bit.
of coriander.
Cilantro, yes. Probably about that much. Say what? And the bad part about this is you blend this all up, which is great. And then, I don't need that much.
Too hot.
And then you put it in that pan, and you basically let it simmer for like 45 minutes. So you stir it every 15 to keep it from getting all goopy on top, you know?
Okay.
And
So next step.
yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Blend it up.
We've got to blend it up.
And so you sweat.
Next to the Jose Cuervo, just in case.
I guess
Oh, it's just on, huh?
Yeah, he is, but
Fabulous television.
Oh, yeah.
We spent a month recording in
Riveting.
Kingsway studio in
That's
Melbourne.
great.
Yeah,
It
oh.
smells fantastic.
Yeah. Dan Man's studio.
Must have been that jalapeno that fell on the floor.
It's gotta be. That's the secret ingredient is a little bit of.
So that seems like the end of stage one, I think.
That's it.
Yeah.
15 minutes and we stir. Hey, it's done. Yes, you're welcome. Tell you what, if you stir it one more time. I got some chips. There we go.
Brilliant.
What do you ask for when they say
That's how we do it. Oh, hell. Now look at there.
Look at that.
Texas
Fantastic.
salsa. Got Coca-Cola. Got some chips. Of course, what you do now is you put it in the fridge for like an hour, let it cool off, and screw it.
that's it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fantastic, Charlie. Great.
There we go. Leave it in there for about, I don't know, an hour. Microwave your chips, make them warm. Get that stuff cold. That's how you do it in Texas.